Welcome. It's Domain Dave again with another wine because it's the season to be jolly. And we have a party wine. Well, it's kind of a party wine. It doesn't have to be a party wine, but I'll explain my reasoning as soon as the drummer hits this thing right in a second here. Hold on. This is the Trader Joe's Reserve Sonoma County Cabernet 2019 lot 215, $9.99. And my initial thinking on this one was, I spilled some on my thumb, just licked my thumb. You're having a party. You're having a white wine or red wine, maybe at Prosecco. You're not, people are going to be drinking it and talking and not paying a lot of attention. And you don't want to throw $80 on a bottle no one's paying attention to. So, hey, we got this $9.99 cab from Sonoma. All's good. I mean, it's probably a pretty fine wine. These reserves usually are. And that's what I was thinking. And I'm trying to research the wine. I know these Trader Joe's wines don't always have much information. I looked at the back of the bottle and it said Divot Enterprises LLC, and I never heard of those people before. Because usually Trader Joe's uses the same people, over the years. I'm gonna take a sip. Yeah, it's pretty good wine. And I start looking around, and I find an article on Yahoo. I put a link into the review of cheapwinefinder.com, and they said this is the favorite wine of 2021 of Trader Joe's employees. And then they also reference a podcast where they talk to some of the wine people at Trader Joe's. So this is like, I'm getting my information from a website who got it from a podcast. So this is third to fourth hand news, which is good enough for, wine. And they said that this was a wine from a single vineyard that was a restaurant wine. Certain wines are aimed at restaurants. Certain wines are aimed at, for commercial buyers. You go to the store and buy. And this was a restaurant wine that people had built up a brand name for it. And then COVID in 2020 and 2021 just wiped out restaurant businesses. The people are not going to the restaurants and buying wine and drinking. A lot of restaurants are living on carryouts. So this brand had more wine coming. This had to go. It didn't sell. So they sold it to Trader Joe's. So this is supposedly, and I'm making up this price range because no one ever said, everything's hush-hush, that this is a, $20 to $30 Cabernet that sells in restaurants. From a fancy brand, and he said the vineyard that the grapes came from has wines that sell in the hundreds of dollar range. So this is one of those mythical Trader Joe's wines that might be an expensive wine and sells for cheap. Take another sip because it tastes good. So that's Negociant. In France, Negociant's been around forever. They buy excess wine from leading wineries and put their own brand name on it. And they build up trust with people who buy it from them, and you never know who the original winery was. And sometimes they add two wines together and make something completely different. You never know, but it's a way to sell excess wine. And Trader Joe's pays, in these situations, pays up front. So if you got a wine you got to get rid of, well, it's less painful if they hand you a check when you sell it off. And actually, with the markup on wine, it might not have been too much worse. So this is the Trader Joe's Reserve Sonoma County Cabernet Sauvignon 2019 might be a bargain. It tastes like a bargain. The one thing that makes me think it has tannins. Restaurant wines will more likely have tannins in their wine. A lot of modern wines, especially value-priced wines, reduce the tannins because tannins have a little bit of a bite to them sometimes, and they give the wine structure, But when you're just sipping wine just as a beverage, I mean, if you're into tannins, if you're used to tannins, they taste great. But if you're not, it doesn't taste so great. It could be an odd flavor. In restaurants, when you're eating and drinking, the tannins give the wine structure, and it helps cut through everything. It actually works way better with food. And this is a food wine. That tastes good. It sips well too. And this isn't I don't think this is any like $200 wine or anything. I think it might be a $25 wine, maybe. But it's well made. I just took my third sip. See, it is a sipping wine. So there we go. This is a wine if you're looking for, holiday wine, people coming over, you want to throw down something that tastes pretty good. Well, you don't want to spend a fortune. If you save a couple bucks here and there and still give people a rewarding drink, well, this could do it for you. So there we go. It's Trader Joe's Reserve Sonoma County Cabernet Sauvignon 2019. Tastes great, less filling. It's a wine that from the guy, someone's cousin whose uncle said something to his neighbor, says this is an expensive wine, and I believe it. So there you go. That's it from me, Domain Dave from cheapwinefighter.com. Like us where you like your podcast, if you will. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep it cheap. And I'll be talking every day a couple of days. We still have one more before Christmas, and then we have before New Year's. So adios and bye-bye.